First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruach Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to you, Akim, and you, Aquat, that believe in all sincerity. I want you to turn your attention to this short audio clip, okay? Which is very rude, all right? It's what people may consider dark humor. And the thing about dark humor is that it can be widely accepted, when it's aimed at being humorous. In other words, if you say something very rude and laugh about it and you say it often, people can accept it, all right? And so this guy has a history of saying things just that he shouldn't be saying. But let's go ahead and read this, and we'll play the audio clip. It says, "This might be President Trump's funniest line ever." Japanese reporter: "Why didn't you tell us before you struck Iran?" President Trump: "Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor?" Okay. So I looked up the attack on Pearl Harbor on ChatGPT. It says the attack on Pearl Harbor happened on the morning of December 7th, 1941, when the Imperial Japanese Navy launched a surprise airstrike against the U.S. naval base. Okay. So basically it was a surprise attack. Okay. From the Japanese towards the United States. Japan's goal was to cripple the United States Pacific Fleet so the U.S. couldn't interfere with its expansion in Asia and the Pacific. In about 2 hours, hundreds of Japanese planes attacked ships, airfields, and bases. Major battleships were sunk or heavily damaged, like the USS Arizona. Around 2,400 Americans were killed, over 1,000 wounded. The attack shocked the nation because it came without a formal declaration of war. The very next day, the U.S. declared war on Japan, officially entering World War II. It's often remembered as the event that pulled the U.S. into the global conflict, okay? So this is what he meant when he responded to the Japanese reporter, "Why did you tell me about Pearl Harbor?"
Confused about we Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing, you don't want to signal too much. When we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay? Right? He's asking me.
Look at the lady.
No, you believe in surprise, I think, much more so than us.
Japan.
Dude's an idiot. Dude's an idiot. I had to say that twice. It's the lock, yeah. I really, really despise Donald Trump. I think he's dumb, to put it quite simple. I think he's retarded. This is Psalms 36:2. "For he flattered himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful." Okay? It's the word flattereth.
Strong's H2505. Chalak. Chalak.
And their blind conceit, they can see how wicked they really are. They cannot see how wicked they are. And he can't. And he's so full of himself, he cannot see how wicked he really is, or the things that he says. Okay. Let's see. Let's get this in the, what is that, Psalms 72? No. This is Psalm 64:3. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. You see, they whet their tongue like a sword. Very sharp tongue. Okay, they bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Right, and they shoot bitter words, man. Okay, they shoot very bitter words. You know, they don't think twice to think about what they say. Proverbs 12:18, there is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. Yeah. No one believes in surprise attacks more than Japan. It's retarded. You're supposed to have diplomacy. Okay. And I was reading the Japan are saying that the all this is costing them in energy as well. Okay, all this bombing and stuff over there is causing them. Okay, in energy. If I find the article, I'll post it in the comments. This is Psalm 73 and 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Yeah. Let's get this word loftily.
Strong's H 4791. Marom.
Proudly.
Marom.
Yep, proudly. Say down here in the Strong's definition. Haughty. You see that? They're on their high horse, man. This is Proverbs 12. We'll start at 2. They speak vanity, every one with his neighbor, with flattering lips, and with the double heart do they speak. Right, they got a double heart. They're always, you know, you think they mean one thing, but they mean a whole bunch of disrespect. Okay, you're talking about the serpent here, the most cleverest beast of the field, Esau, Edom. Okay, the Lord shall cut off all flattering lips and the tongue that speaketh proud things, who have said, with our tongue will we prevail, our lips are our own, who is Lord over us. Yeah, they think that, you know, they're going to prevail by their speech, by their words. They truly, you know, have the ability to speak wickedly. Okay, double speak. You know, I'm reminded of that one scripture, poison. Psalms 140, a psalm of David. Deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. Right, and make no mistake, Esau, Edom is the most violent man ever. Okay, the most violent nation, the wickedest nation upon the earth, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. You see, all about war, man. Here it is. You know, you talking with the Japanese and you saying these things. Okay. That's in the past. That was over, 60 years ago? And you know, he got the audacity to speak like that. You know, again, why didn't you tell us before you struck Iran? President Trump, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? President Trump wasn't even in politics, I doubt, in 1940s. You see? 3, they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Selah, right. Their tongues are sharp. They whet their tongue like a sword, man. When you whet a sword, you're sharpening it. They're very slick. Edomites are very slick. If you've been around Edomites, you know, the ones that are outwardly racist, man, they're like their mouth is poison. Keep me, O Yahweh, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who had purpose to overthrow my goings. Right. And ultimately, this is the culmination of prophecy, okay, in which Babylon, okay, will end up, going to war with Iran, Russia, Turkey, and Libya. It's, America's going to be destroyed, right? But see, they think they're going to rule. They think they're going to rule after the Third World War, but really Yahushua is going to intervene. Okay? Another nation shall turn and fight against the Son of the Most High. The proud have hid a snare for me and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me, right? Because this devil, ultimately, he wants to operate in total chaos. Okay? The scriptures speak about overthrowing his enterprise. Okay, they want to establish the NWO. They want to persecute the saints. They want to go to war. And in the midst of war, they want to fight against Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. And they think they're going to win. Just when they think they're going to win, man. Job 15:35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity. Their belly prepares deceit, right? That's what they're doing. They're telling everybody that they're winning the war. They're going to be destroyed by Russia, Iran. This is Job 20 and 23. We'll start at 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, because ultimately, these nations are going to destroy America. They're already turning on America. NATO has been saying that they want no parts, okay, of this war with Iran, because it's hurting everyone's economy, and well, it's prophecy. Even Benjamin Nadaju saying that he's doing everything. What he's doing is ushering the return of the Messiah, okay, and that he will be in the kingdom. Roughly paraphrases what he said. You see, so they think that they're going to offset prophecy, that things are going to go their way, but the scriptures speak about the pride of their heart hath deceived them. Those that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, okay, which is the cleft dwellers, which are the Caucasians. That's what that word Caucasian goes. It goes back to cleft dweller. Okay, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, right? The Jacob's trouble. The devil coming down in great wrath, throwing some of you into prison, and his sufficiency, when all these things happen, when all hell breaks loose, he's going to be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. These nations are going to turn, especially the allies of America are going to turn on America. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Okay? So while he thinks he's getting away, he's getting the upper hand, the Lord's going to turn it up. The Lord's going to intervene. You see? He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. You see? Because America's going to be destroyed by missiles. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. It's speaking about those missile silos. Okay? Those missile silos are going to shoot them missiles from across the world. Okay? Scripture speak about that in 2 Ezra the 16th chapter, when the arrows begin to be shot from all ends of the world, roughly paraphrasing. Okay? It says, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. Yeah. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Right. Because the missiles, they detonate on their own. Their treasures will be thrown into the deepest darkness. A wildfire will devour their goods, consuming all they have left. So I just wanted to bring this out, man. You know, these devils are truly stepping into their own demise. What they're doing is going to precipitate their downfall, to be honest, okay, according to biblical prophecy. So I just had to bring this out, man. Lord willing, you were edified. Shalom.